Monday Night Football. I'll be at the microphone for the pregame and halftime of Westwood One's coverage of the finale of week number 1, the highly anticipated game between the Bills and the Jets, and the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, the perennial Pro Bowler, All-Pro quarterback, entering his 6th year in the National Football League, Josh Allen, joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Josh Allen?
I'm doing good, Rich. How you doing?
When I was checking you in during commercial break, I promised you about my great-looking shirt. Now that you're seeing it, what do you think, Josh? Let's get into it. What do you think?
I love it. It's Buffalo Blue.
It is like that. Yeah, it is. It kind of does
matches his hat.
Match. That was just purely unintentional. Purely unintentional.
Course.
But if it makes you feel comfortable for this conversation, I'm happy to provide that. What's going through your mind before this big weekend here? Big week for you, Josh.
We're just trying to lock in these last minute details. I had a quick little walkthrough today. Obviously, Monday night in week 1, you get an extra day. Everybody plays before you, so you kind of see some things early on in the season. It's some fundamental things, tackling, blocking, catching that we got to do well. Week 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think the first 4 weeks, guys are just trying to get back into that rhythm. So we got to be dialed in for that. Okay,
and so when you first saw what your week 1 game was going to be, your thought was what?
Well, an in-division game that they've played us pretty well the last couple of years. We got to find a way to beat these guys, and I think adding Aaron Rodgers, a first ballot Hall of Famer, it's always tough to go against those type of guys, but we're gonna be as prepared as we can be and be ready to go Monday night.
I'm assuming you have taken on Green Bay, right? At least once in your career. That's happened before?
Yeah, we played them last year. And again, Aaron's one of those guys that I grew up watching and wanting to emulate on the football field, and I got so much admiration and respect for not just his game, but him as a person and how he's handled himself over the last whatever years he's played in the league. He's an old guy now, so it's cool. But we have a pretty good friendship, and get to call him and text with him sometimes, and played golf with him a few times. So
yes, you have.
We're pretty friendly.
Yes, you have, Josh. You have. Very competitively, you've played golf before, if I'm not mistaken, Josh, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay. So, but growing up, as you said, and again, OG, not old guy, is what you kind of meant for him, right? You just want to make sure.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. OG. You can use that acronym however you'd like.
Okay. Very good. And so, what were you always looking at Rodgers, and how has informed your game in a way, growing up?
Well, you see his arm, his release. It's very quick. He kind of incorporates a little foot pop into his mechanics, which I've tried to do after watching him. Throwing off platform, I think he's one of the greatest throwers, if not the greatest thrower of the football to ever play the game. So you could take a lot from him. I still watch him and trying to steal some things from him. So he's pretty dang good.
He is indeed, and so are you. Josh Allen, at Josh Allen QB, right here on the Rich Eisen Show prior to Monday Night Football. All right, Josh, I'd like to throw some media narratives your way and get your reaction to them, not just because it's a way to just, in the few minutes I have with you, hit everything that people are talking about the Buffalo Bills or have been, but it also, be honest, it kind of validates media types to when we talk, to see if it's true or not, if you don't mind, Josh Allen.
Okay.
First one first, that red zone last year, you put too much on your shoulders, and that was something that was rectified with some of the roster moves and draft moves this past few months, Josh Allen.
I say true.
Okay.
I think last year trying to do too much, maybe holding on to the ball a little too long. I think this year I really like our plan going in the red zone this year in terms of concepts that we've got in and the players that are running these concepts. So it's definitely a point of emphasis that we need to get better at, and I need to get better at, and we're looking forward to seeing how much better we've been.
What was the form in which doing too much took place in your mind last year, Josh?
Well, again, down there, you always want to walk away with points. You'd rather have 6 than 3, but understanding that sometimes it's okay to throw the ball away. It's okay to take a sack down there and not put the ball in harm's way. I think I did too much of that last year, just throwing a couple interceptions in the end zone, which is never fun to do. It takes away points from your team, and it really hurts what you can do.
And how has Dalton Kincaid fit in so far? He was a touchdown. He's a red zone touchdown machine in college. And this is not a fantasy question. It is not. It is truly a reality question, as we've established. How do you think he is fitting in and going to fit in over the next few weeks?
Well, he's a rookie. Let's cap it there, right?
Okay.
He's going to have some growing pains, and just making sure that we're talking, communicating. I don't want to give him this huge pedestal yet, but he's going to be pretty dang good for us. And the way that he moves, he's very fluid. He's got a knack to catch the ball and get upfield. So however that plays out is going to play out, and I guess we'll find out in the first couple of weeks of how we're really going to utilize him. But he's a smart kid. He finds windows and zones, and I think he's a matchup nightmare for smaller DBs and bigger linebackers.
Another media narrative for you, Josh Allen, is last year, everything that happened off the field. The tragedy that happened at the outset of the season in Western New York with gun violence, and then the snowstorm, and then obviously what happened with Damar Hamlin took a ton out of your team that came home to roost in the playoffs. No excuses, but this is the reality, and I'm wondering if that is the case in your mind, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying to say that it didn't take a lot out of us. Now, do I think it took too much where we couldn't go out and execute, against the Bengals at home? No, I don't. And I think going back and watching that game, just some of the dumb decisions that I made and understanding that we weren't ready to go. And that's largely on my part and the captains here of not making sure that throughout that week of practice we were completely dialed in. And I think that's something that we've addressed as a captain squad. And we're looking forward to how some of the things that we've talked about come to fruition this year. And we're looking forward to getting back on the field and trying to wash that taste out of our mouth. What
can you share about that captain's conversation, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I think just doing more, going the extra effort. That's in the film room, that's in the weight room, that's in walkthrough, that's on the field, straining that much more and trying to elevate everybody in this building to be the best that they can be.
And final narrative for you, Josh Allen. Stefon Diggs and you needed to have a hug out this past summer after a spring in which you guys didn't really communicate with each other. What do you say there, Josh?
We hugged it out.
You hugged it out. You did hug it out. You did it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You hugged it out,
yeah.
And this thing is too bad. Whatever the thing was. Was there a thing, Josh?
There wasn't. But it's whatever it was, whatever the media made it, it's way back there.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm part of that media, and I felt, when the coach said there was, he was concerned when he actually said that into a microphone during the June OTAs. That's what raised my level of concern by discussing it here, Josh. Just so you were aware.
But keyword June OTAs.
That's the key word. So Diggs, you and Diggs, we're same page, reading from the same book. Everything's cool, is what you're saying.
We're reading the same word right now.
Okay. Wow. That's definitely on the same page. I like it. Same letter? Let's just get it right.
Same letter.
Okay.
We're pronouncing it at the same exact time.
What is the word you're reading then? What's the word you're reading together?
Win. We're trying to win, and that's our main goal is to win football games. And it starts Monday night against the Jets, and they're going to be fired up. It's Monday night to start the season on 9/11 in New Jersey. We understand that that's a big game, but we're just trying to take it one game at a time, making sure that we're staying here, not here, but staying kind of in the middle, trying to go out there and execute the best that we can.
I noticed you said New Jersey. That's a very Western New York point to make there, Josh, when you called it New Jersey. That's a very Buffalo Bill thing to say. We're going to New Jersey. You're not going to New York, right? You're going to New Jersey. Right, Josh? Right?
That's right.
You've learned. Look at you, man. 6 years in. That's the language. You're talking the language of the Bills fan right there, brother. That is for sure.
Good.
How is Damar Hamlin? How is he doing, Josh?
He's doing great. I mean, every time we see him in this locker room, I know that I do. What an inspiration he is to our team, our staff here, Western New York, and really the country for that matter. And I think just having his presence here, I mean, you've gotten to see him grow as a man too, and do some really cool things for community here in Pittsburgh and communities around the country that are implementing CPR and AEDs into their facilities. I think that the benefits of that situation, obviously barring how tragic it was and how so much good came out of it, I think the long-lasting benefits are going to be fantastic for this country.
Yeah, I saw his press conference during the summer, Josh, and I'll be honest with you. I totally get that he wants to turn the page and not talk about that night. However, he is so open about facing fears in front of the whole world. I love that message. I wonder how that resonates with you, your teammates, the locker room, writ large, Josh.
Yeah, and again, we know what he went through. Obviously, as teammates, the things that we felt and things that we saw and we heard that night, we can only imagine what he felt and what he's still feeling from that. And, to go back out there, helmet back on and be ready to go and hit somebody as hard as you can, and do your 111th, on a defense. Like that's got to be tough. We understand that. So obviously we're there for him. Whatever he needs, we're going to do. But he's excited to get back on the football field and play with his brothers.
Okay. Before I let you go, sir, and I just want to talk about last night. Did you watch the Thursday night kickoff, Josh?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
What's your impression now, if you don't mind me turning you into the paparazzi here, like you remember the media? But what's the Josh Allen opinion of what we saw between the Lions and the Chiefs last night, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I think fundamentals, you talk about tackling, blocking, catching, I think that's something that just kind of goes and shows in the first couple of weeks of what teams are prepared, maybe better than others. And I think the Lions did a good job of capitalizing on a couple of those mistakes, and they were able to hold on to the football and run the clock out. And but anytime Pat Mahomes has a chance to win the game, you got to be on the edge of your seat. I've been there a few times, on the wrong end of it, and I've been there a couple times on the right end of it. But he's such a special player and a special talent that he's down his best receiver in Travis Kelce, and obviously they were missing Chris Jones there in the middle, but still giving his team a chance to win at the end.
Well, again, you've also been there in terms of, making spectacular plays of your own. I'm wondering what it's like for Josh Allen to watch Patrick Mahomes do that sort of stuff. What goes through your mind as you're sitting on the couch? I mean, it's definitely a different way than me watching it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I still watch it as a fan. Like, I still watch it, and I try to put myself in those situations and understand, like, hey, we got a 2-minute drill here. Like, what would I be doing in this situation? And just trying to still mental reps from the game. But then as a fan, just like loving football and loving how it's coming down on Thursday night, defending Super Bowl champs. They're playing a hungry team, the Detroit Lions, with a head coach that's got the respect of his locker room. And they went out there, they played hard, and they won a football game. And
then, of course, you were also been in the shoes of being the road team to quiet the crowd when they've raised a banner. You did that last year. How do you think that's going to, if one last paparazzi type question, help the Lions, Josh? What do you think here?
You talked about confidence. I think that helps. But at the same time, it's one game, and there's 16 others that they got to play. We got to take it one game at a time, and that's our goal over here.
Okay. All right, last one for you. Bills fans are excited. Again, you're a major reason why Bills fans are excited again. When you're in that tunnel coming out for Monday Night Football, what do you think it's going to feel like for you knowing that the season's in front of you and another high expectation season is afoot, Josh?
A lot of emotions, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, a lot of juice. Expecting to hear quite a bit of boos from their crowd. Again, it's Monday night, 9/11. I know that itself is a big game. And going against a team that they're pro Hall of Fame quarterback. It's the first time he's taken snaps for them. So those crowds that crowd's gonna be juiced up. It's going to be our job to try to quiet them and go out there and execute and try to win a football game.
And your message for Bills fans going into this season is what, Josh Allen?
Go Bills.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me? Anything?
Is TJ in there?
He is. TJ's right there. Go for it.
I think night before draft,
yes.
I had an interview with him. I think I gave him like his first interview on your show.
Okay.
Very true, Josh Allen. Very true, brother. How you doing, man?
Is that right?
That is right. You did. It was we were leaving AT&T Stadium. I caught you. I asked, could I talk to you? You were like, sure. We took a little short walk to the bus.
Well, it's the most important part of this story, TJ.
Yeah,
What is that?
I said, I'm from the Rich Eisen Show. Can I talk to you?
I was like, of course.
For sure.
Like, as soon as it said Rich Eisen, I was like, I'm in. I said, is that the guy running the 40-yard dash? Yes, I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we had that quick talk, and I got back up, and I was like, man, I don't care who this guy gets drafted by, even if it's the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to cheer for this dude for the rest of his career.
And I used running the 40-yard dash loosely.
Okay. Yes. You could do the air quotes. You're on camera right now. You could do it running loosely. I totally get that, and I greatly appreciate you responding positively upon hearing my name before you were a professional, Josh. I don't take that
Always
for granted. I don't take that for granted whatsoever. Thanks for the time, brother. You be
Thank
well.
you.
Enjoy Monday night and the rest of the season. Look for more of my calls. You be well.
Will do. Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
The one and only Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills right here on the Rich Eisen Show prior to Monday night. He confirmed it.
See? Well, there's also video to confirm it, but
I'm
glad he remembered.
I don't know why he's being so nice to you guys. I'm the one that picked the Bills to make the Super Bowl.
Well, no, I picked the Bills to make the Super Bowl, but lose to the Cowboys. So
You both did.
Yeah.
Come on.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.